Hey, what's up everybody? I'm Landan with LMR.com. In today's video, I'll be checking out one of the best brake kits available for the 1994 to 2004 Mustang, and that is the Cobra R front brake kit from Ford Performance. So let's get right into it. So in this video, I'll talk a little bit about the kit first, and then we're going to install this kit onto Keeping Comp, which is our 2004 Mustang GT project car. Now before we get rolling, go ahead and like the video. Comment down below what your favorite SN95 or New Edge Mustang is. Subscribe to our channel and make sure those notifications are turned on. That way you don't miss any of our future uploads. All right, no doubt about it. One of the best brake kits came on one of the best track-capable Mustangs ever, the 2000 Cobra R. Ford Racing, which is now known in the modern day as Ford Performance, has offered this kit for several years, and it's been an enthusiast favorite since day one. This kit is going to appeal to the SN95 or New Edge owner out there who is wanting to upgrade the braking performance on their car. The Cobra R brake kit, which has a part number of M-2300-X, is a great solution for someone wanting a high-end turnkey kit. So taking a closer look at the components, the eye candy in this kit is definitely the gloss black 4-piston Brembo calipers. These calipers come preloaded with brake pads, and the brake pads are available separately as a service part in M-2300-XP. The brake rotors are very good looking 13-inch slotted units that are coated to prevent rust and corrosion, and like the brake pads, these are also available separately as a service part in M-2300XR. Along with the calipers and rotors, this kit will include braided stainless brake hoses and installation hardware to bolt all this cool stuff to the car. This kit is designed for 1994 to 2004 GT and Cobra Mustangs. If you're installing the kit into a 94 or 95 GT, a 94 Cobra master cylinder is required. You will need to have some fresh brake fluid on hand since you're replacing the brake hoses and obviously installing new brake calipers. But depending on how long it's been since your last brake fluid flush, you may use this opportunity to flush the entire system with fresh fluid. Now, because of the larger brake caliper, you'll also have to consider wheel clearance. Now, there are numerous combinations when it comes to wheel selection, so it's impossible to have an answer to every wheel. I would recommend that you check out the product page for more information on wheel fitment. So with all that good information out of the way, let's get rolling with the install. To begin, support the front of the car via jack stands or the entire thing with a lift. Remove both front wheels. Pick a side that you want to start with and remove the two 15mm bolts securing the caliper to the spindle. If needed, use a pry bar to help remove the caliper from the rotor. Use an old coat hanger or something similar and hang the caliper out of the way. Remove the front rotor and take this time to inspect the surrounding components. For the record, this car did not have front brake dust shields, so we took the time to install a new set of factory-style dust shields. If your car still has the factory brake dust shields, these will work with the Cobra R brake kit. Before you install the new rotor, apply some anti-seize to the face and flange on the hub assembly. Install the corresponding brake rotor for the side that you are working on. To help hold the rotor in place while you finish off the install, stack a few washers over the stud, followed by a lug nut. If you aren't going to use new caliper to spindle retaining bolts, take some time to clean up the existing bolts. Apply some blue thread locking compound to the threads. Verify that you have the correct caliper for the side that you are working on. Remember, the bleeder always faces up. Position the caliper over the rotor and align the bolt holes with the spindle. Start one of the bolts by hand and rotate it a few turns to hold the caliper in place. Install the other bolt and then run each one down evenly. Torque each bolt to 85 pound-feet. Now we need to remove the existing brake caliper. First, position a rag underneath the brake line to brake hose fitting. Use the correct sized line wrench and just crack the tube nut so that it's loose. Remove the brake hose retaining clip. Now you can fully remove the fitting from the brake hose and set the existing caliper aside. After that, cap the hard line to prevent brake fluid from dripping from the line. Test fit the new brake hose so that it passes cleanly through the frame rail bracket. If needed, file down the flat areas inside of the bracket. Verify that the brake hose cleanly installs in the bracket and then remove the hose from the car. Go ahead and install the E-clip into the second groove from the end of the hose. Reinstall the brake hose into the frame rail bracket. Position the factory retaining clip into the groove and lightly tap it with a hammer to fully seat it. Next, install a crush washer over the provided banjo bolt. Pass the bolt through the distribution block and then install another crush washer. Remove the protected plug from the port in the caliper. Align the banjo bolt and thread it all the way in by hand. Whatever you do, make sure you don't cross thread this. Go ahead and fully tighten the banjo bolt. The torque spec for this is 30 pound-feet. The final position of the distribution block will be so that the flared fitting is angled towards the inside of the car and is parallel with the caliper. Install the brake hose onto the distribution block. Ensure that the hose is clocked correctly and then tighten the B-nut with a 13mm wrench. Moving back to the hard line, remove the cap and thread the tube nut into the fitting on the brake hose by hand. Again, I can't stress this enough, make sure this doesn't cross thread. Use the correct size line wrench to fully tighten the fitting. Wipe up any excess brake fluid with a clean towel and brake parts cleaner. Now you can remove the lug nut and washers. Check over your work and then repeat these same steps for the other side. Whenever you're finished, you'll want to push some fluid through the front calipers, starting with the passenger side first. Since the Brembo calipers have 2 bleeders per caliper, you'll want to bleed the inside bleeder first, followed by the outside bleeder. If you would like to see the process of a complete brake fluid flush, check out the link in the video description. Reinstall your wheels and torque the lug nuts to factory spec. Get the car back on the ground and then go for a drive to properly burnish or bed the new pads and rotors. After that, you're good to go. All right, if y'all been around the channel for a while now, then you know I consider myself a Ford Performance fanboy, and this Cobra R brake kit definitely gets me excited. Having owned a 1999 Mustang GT several years ago at the time of this video, this kit was on my wish list, but I never got around to buying the kit. So seeing it here on Keeping Comp, I feel like I bought the kit and my wish list is now complete. And I'll be honest with you, this kit looks super legit on Keeping Comp, and the braking performance is right on the money. As always, I hope you all found value in this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel and turn on those notifications. For the most up-to-date product information, pricing, and availability on anything in the video, please reference lmr.com. We're signing off for the day, so we'll catch you guys in the next one.